Hey everyone, welcome back to another question and answer video. I'm so happy you guys are here because our topic of conversation today is going to be extremely relevant. We're going to be talking about the coronavirus and everybody freaking out and going to the grocery store and taking up all the toilet paper and all the produce. We're going to, again, read questions from this book, Hey God, We Need Answers by Elliot Eli Jackson. The question that was asked of Source today that I'm going to go over is it wise to stock up one's home in case of a disaster? Source's answer says, of course it is. You never know what may happen on your planet. I want to talk about this today because people are blowing this way out of proportion. A lot of people are scared because the media is keeping everyone in fear. It is every news story on every news station and every news article that you see around you. People are really freaking out, and it's causing them to think, oh my goodness, what if I can't get the supplies that I need? What if stores run out of things? So they're going to the grocery store, they're taking up toilet paper, they're taking up paper goods, they're taking up canned goods, soups, shelf-stable items. And it's understandable, people want to make sure that they have enough to get them through the next, a few months apparently. But I need everybody to remember that we should not have fear. We need to remain calm. It is a very good idea for us to stock up on things in case something like this happens, but that doesn't mean buying the entire shelf of paper towels. It means taking an extra few rolls instead of your usual one or two that you'd get a week, okay? Don't go and buy all the frozen vegetables in the freezer aisle. I know it's tempting because we're all scared, but you need to just remain calm, get the items you need, think about what do I really need in case it becomes unavailable. Now, the government and the news channels are all saying it is extremely unlikely that any of these food items will become unavailable to us, right? We all need to leave things for others. We cannot have a me first mentality during times like this. This is a time when we all need to come together and band together in mutual love and respect and assist others in getting the things that they need, as well as trying to get the things that we need too. I want to talk about who we all really are, because when we get caught up in fear, we start to lose sight of that. We are all perfect creators. We are all one with each other, with Source, with everyone and everything we see around us. We are creating all the time, and the place that we create from is extremely important. If we are creating from a place of love, then we are going to create high vibrational situations and circumstances for us to experience. If we are creating from a place of fear, then we are going to create situations and circumstances that are of a low vibration. High vibration and low vibration simply means we are either doing what is or is not in the best and highest good for ourselves and for others. So if we are creating from a place of fear and we are creating things that are of a low vibration because of that, whether we realize it or not, we are actually harming ourselves and we are harming others. It is extremely important that we all remain calm. We all need to remember to have faith in ourselves, in our others, in Source, that all will always be provided for us when we need it. We can call upon Source, our high vibrational angels and guides, to assist us with getting the things that we do need if it turns out we cannot find a certain item that we require. I've talked before about the mass consciousness, right? So the mass consciousness is a information data center, if you will, that we all feed into and we all take from. It is the thing from which we are creating. So if the majority of people are putting fear into the mass consciousness, then the mass consciousness is going to spit out fear for everyone, not just those people. We all need to be conscious of the fact that we have a great responsibility to ourselves, to our planet, to our others, to come from a place of unconditional love, peace, and acceptance of our circumstances, no matter what we may be facing, even if it's scary, even if the media is constantly down our throats telling us to be afraid, because the media is a business. The news is information, but it is information with the intention to drive profit. The media is going to tell us whatever it thinks we're going to watch the most. So they know fear gets to people, and so they're going to spout out fear at every angle, any chance they get, so that we will watch. The more we watch, the more advertising dollars the network drags in, and the more money that they all get to line their pockets with, while we're all running around like chickens with our heads cut off. We need to be smart about this. We need to think for ourselves. Think about the place we want to create from. Think about where the information that we receive is coming from. Think about who that information is profiting, because all information does profit someone. Is the information going to give other people a sense of empowerment, or is it going to create people who are in fear and create a population that is easy to control? Because right now, that is what is going on. The media is putting us all in fear, and it is trying to keep us in fear at every chance it gets, because it creates a population that is easy to control. It creates a population that will do what it is told. It creates a population that will allow the government to perhaps take away some of our privacy, some of our rights, some of our constitutional safeguards that are in place in the name of security and safety. And when people are scared, they're going to be more likely to allow those things to happen. Now, I'm not saying this is all one big conspiracy or that coronavirus is a hoax. I don't believe that at all. I believe it is very real. However, we all need to think for ourselves. We all need to remain calm and remember that the media is a profit-driven industry, and that the information it is feeding us is for a reason. If you really think about it, when we watch the news, now I'm in the United States, so news may not be the same everywhere, but in the US, when we watch the news, the vast majority of it is negative stuff. It's all death and crimes being committed and tragedies going on all around the world. And now it's just about coronavirus, right? Everything else that is newsworthy is being thrown to the wayside because corona is the big moneymaker right now. That's not normal. We need to think about why the news would not comment on and report on things that are positive, things that will uplift humanity, things that will cause us to feel empowered, things that will cause us to remember that we are beautiful and perfect creators that can create the reality that we need and desire. It is because they don't want us to remember that. They don't want us to create a society where everyone has a level playing field, because in reality that is what it is. No one is more powerful than another. No one is a better creator than another. We are all creating at all times. We are all source, pieces of source that are having a physical experience at this moment in time together. So we need to think about why certain institutions, such as the news media or the government even, would want us to believe otherwise. Why they might want us to believe that we are not capable of having certain things, having the world look the way we want it to look. It is because they have their own agenda, just like we all do. We all want things. We all want things for ourselves. We all want things for our families. We all want things for other people. We all want the world to look a certain way. Some people that are at a high vibration, they want the world to be more of an equal playing field. They want the world to remember that we are all equal and that we all can create what we want. And some people are at a lower vibration. They want people to remain in fear so that they can create the world that they want and, have everyone else have a little bit less than what they have. So I hope that what I'm saying isn't scaring any of you. I just want everybody to have the awareness that you are very powerful. You are creating all the time. And what you create has an effect, whether you think it does or not, on the rest of the planet, the rest of your others. Because we're all feeding into the mass consciousness. We're all drawing from the mass consciousness. We're all creating from the mass consciousness. So until the mass consciousness rises, which it is rising more and more all the time, but when events like this happen, when people get caught up in the cycle of fear, then it starts to dip in vibration. And we start creating from a place of fear, and then we start experiencing lack, because that is what we expect to see. We are going out into these grocery stores and buying up all of these items for ourselves because we are afraid that there will be lack. But as I've discussed in previous videos, we are all manifesting all the time. There is no such thing as lack, and anybody who wishes for you to believe that there is a such thing as lack are the very people who are attempting to create lack in the first place in order to control you. This is all very logic-based. This all, if you follow the paper trail, it makes sense. Not everybody you meet in the world, as we've all met people like this, have your best interest at heart. And not everybody in the government or in the news media has your best interest. Everybody is just looking for, what's going to make them happy, or so they think. Most people think money is going to make them happy, and so that is what they will stop at nothing to get and collect. And the more we feed into that, the more we play their game, the more money they get, and then the less we get here for ourselves, the less empowered we are, and the less empowered we feel, the more we look to others to solve our problems, the more we look outside of ourselves for completion, when really everything we need is within ourselves. We have everything, every resource at our fingertips within. All we must do is tap into it and create from a place of love and peace and calmness rather than a place of fear and lack. So please, by all means, stock up on things that you need. Buy a few extra rolls of toilet paper. Buy a few extra bags of frozen vegetables. Buy some canned goods that, you may not buy. Buy a few extra boxes of pasta, a week or two. But don't buy for the apocalypse, because that is not what we're facing. As I have mentioned in my previous video, we're not going to die. Coronavirus is not going to wipe us out. If you are taking care of your fourfold being, your spiritual, your mental, your physical, and your emotional, you will be fine. Even those with pre-existing conditions, you will be fine. It is always up to the soul. It is the soul's choice to leave their bodies, their encasements. So anybody that does pass away from this virus or anything else, it is because their soul chose to leave at the time and in the manner that it did. It is not something that just happens to us out of nowhere. We always leave when we're supposed to, when we wish to. So if you have elderly relatives, if you have immune compromised people and loved ones in your life, then please, by all means, social distancing. That is a great choice for you to keep your people safe that you love, that may not be able to tolerate the virus as well as your average healthy adult would. However, try not to live in fear. Just use common sense. Use proper precautions. Wash your hands, as everyone in the world is telling us right now. Just be aware when you're touching your mouth or your face. Just don't give in to the hysteria, because that does not help you or anyone else that you care about. Ways to keep your fourfold vibration high. You have 4 bodies: mental, physical, spiritual, and emotional. What you really should be doing every day in order to take care of yourself is to eat high alkaline foods as much as possible. This would be fruits and vegetables, and start eating less red meat. You should eat more whole grains and less refined sugars. Stay away from, refined sugar as much as you can. A little, of course, is okay, as is everything. Everything is okay in moderation. But it's not a good idea to smoke more than 5 cigarettes a day. It's not a good idea to lead a sedentary lifestyle. You should try, if you're able to, work out at least 3 times a week. Just get some cardio in. Elliptical is a great choice because it's easy on the back and the knees. For 30 minutes a day, 3 times a week if you can. Meditation is extremely important for tapping into your inner source, your inner self, your higher self, and for peace and calming. So 10 minutes of meditation, eyes open. I would also recommend taking vitamins, iron, folate, B12, D3, calcium, B6, and for all my fellow indigos, zinc is very important to take more of. I'm sure I'm missing some, and I will update in the description if I did, but take your vitamins every day. It's really important, whether you think they are or not. I know there's a lot of research out there that says vitamins don't actually do anything, but they really do on an energetic level. Another thing is to say I am statements that will assist you in raising your vibration. These statements can include, and should include, I am beautiful. Say that in the mirror every day. I am powerful. I am a creator. I am perfect. I am radiant. I am wonderful. Things like this that will uplift your spirit, said every day with consistency, they really do have a strong effect on your whole outlook. For those of you that are willing to do so, I also recommend prayer. Prayer is extremely important for assisting you in having experiencing peace and calming, for having faith in a situation. If you don't want to pray to Source or God, then you can pray to the universe, or even pray to yourself or humanity, whatever you feel is most comfortable for you, because in the end it's all the same thing. So I pray to Source and to my high vibrational guides, my divine team, to assist me with remaining calm, to assist me with accomplishing the tasks I wish to accomplish in a day, to assist my loved ones with accomplishing their goals, or coming out of some issue that they're having. Prayer is essential and should be done out loud, not just in your head, not just in a church. You can do it anywhere. Do it in the car if you feel weird about it and you don't want anyone else to overhear you. But above all, we should always be seeking truth. We should always be seeking and remembering our own truth. Not the truth of others, but the truth that resonates most within us. Fear is a very unnatural emotion for humanity, so any truth that you come to that is based in fear is not truth at all. It is simply lower vibrations attempting to affect your mental and your emotional and get you scared. So do your very best to accomplish these tasks every day, every week, so that you can have the best armor against lower vibrations as possible, to keep you coming from a place and creating from a place of love rather than fear. Thank you all for watching. I love you guys. Stay sane out there. Everything's going to be fine. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions or if you want to talk about anything. I'm happy to help.